Hi, Francisca. I really enjoyed your post. I'm a fan of Everybody Hates Chris, so to see those like that scene again was very cool for me. I really related to a lot of what you said in your post. Growing up in a Black household, I experienced a lot of the elements that you talked about in your post. One of those being, like you said, we all eat at the dinner table together. And actually, it's funny because I've seen that change over time to now. Not only do we have the rule that, we eat at the table, but now it's like, okay, make sure you put your phones away. Let's try to be present in this moment because, I feel like our culture as Americans right now is, especially now that we're somewhat out of the pandemic, we're always working, we're always rushing to do something. So dinner time is really when we find some sort of a common ground to be able to spend time together. So we've actually had to kind of accommodate and adapt over time. But I can completely relate to the video and another element that you said as far as expectations based on like the order of children. I remember this vividly. Although I grew up as the youngest, I saw a lot of families do the practice that the oldest is responsible for the younger kids. So like if someone gets in trouble, if like one of the younger kids gets in trouble, the older one gets in trouble just for allowing the situation to take place. That's a cultural norm for us. We place emphasis on the older person having more responsibility in the household because it's just been like first nature for a long time. And even going further to when you talked about discipline and how eventually Rochelle was like, do I need to call your father? That's something that's also very common. Almost like the mother did the nurturing, the father did the disciplining. And that's something that you'll see across generations of families growing up, and you'll see that in many sitcoms that depict Black culture and Black families. It's always like, wait till your dad gets home, or just something like that. That was really important, and I think that relating it to counseling, I could see some of the things that if I were working with this family in these types of situations, some of the things that we would speak about as far as, the cultural norm of having more responsibility that at times does not seem fair just because it's our norm, and the unfortunate part of it is a lot of the times growing up, I wasn't able to just question things. I wasn't able to just say no or try to ration. A lot of the times it was just, do as you're told, because that's what I said. Now I feel like, coming into a different era, we are more open and willing to discuss, feelings and kind of have more dialogue about things like that. So that's something that I'd want to work on with this family, as well as, the disciplinary roles and just the weight that can kind of carry later on in life, as far as always feeling like you have extra responsibility because you're the oldest child, or maybe having a different relationship with your father than you do your mother because he always was the one to discipline you. These are all things that are relevant to today's culture and just the dynamics that exist within families. So I really enjoyed your post, and I think you did a great job.